Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of NBA Shorts, sponsored by Vendetta Sports Media. I am Alex Cervantes with Alex Grossman, and today we are going to be talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers and the prospects of a future dynasty. So Alex, are the Cavs building a dynasty?
Yeah, well, I think they are unquestionably building a dynasty. And I think the best place to start for that is with Darius Garland, their breakout point guard all-star this year. Um, Last year, he averaged 17 points, 6 assists. He's brought that up to nearly 20 points and 8 assists this year. He's also efficient too. He, you know, he does it all. He leads that team well. And what he's doing is just really impressive. And I fully support him being an all-star, and I think he's going to be an all-star for many years to come. So he's really a great building block for that team. And then of course you have the two big men that have just played out of their minds this year, Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley. Jarrett Allen currently averaging 16 points, 11 rebounds. Mobley is at about 15 and 8 as a rookie. They're both crazy efficient, just fit the team very well. They give Garland, lobs at the rim. And I mean, this big three has just been crazy impressive for them this year. And they're all so young. That's the best part, that they're going to have this team for a while. And, there's no reason these three guys can't keep improving, doing what they do, and just keep winning games, because that's what I fully expect out of them, because they've set the precedent, and I think that's going to keep happening. And who would you say out of those three has impressed you the most this season?
I think the leap from Garland has been the most impressive, kind of from last year to this year. But I just think Evan, I didn't expect. We all saw Mobley's talent last year with USC, especially in the tournament. But I don't I don't know if I expected him to kind of come out and put up the 15 and 8, kind of what you expect out of a second or third year guy. So I think his leap, and then I think they're just playing for each other. And everyone's not, I mean, Cleveland's a small market when you don't have LeBron. So when you kind of have this environment where not everyone's looking at you, you don't have these nationally televised games unless it's a regional network. I think it bodes well for a young team when you don't have to be under the limelight 24/7. And that's kind of where they're at. I did have a question for you though. How much do you think Colin Sexton's return either messes us up, or do you think the Cavs have to get rid of him and kind of keep this core trio?
Yeah, I think he's going to get traded at some point, because I see him and Garland as both sort of ball dominant point guards.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they can play with each other. They have before, but I think neither one of them is sort of a shooter that you look for in a shooting guard. And I think they could get good value for Sexton and get a guy that pairs better with Garland. Because we've seen that Garland has this insane potential, and he's going to be great for many years. And we've also seen that out of Sexton. But I think they can maximize this team by getting the Klay Thompson to Steph Curry. Get the guy that just fits in really well. And if they get that, I mean, I think there's nothing stopping this team in the future, because I think Sexton has a ton of trade value, because he's led this team to many wins. He's made big shots in the clutch. I'm a big fan of Colin Sexton, and he plays hard, he plays well. So I think they get great value out of him, and it would be sad to see him leave, but I think that would solidify this team moving forward. So, then you also have guys on this team like Kevin Love, Lauri Markkanen,
Mm-hmm.
now Karis LeVert.
Yep.
Cedi Osman, Isaac Okoro.
Yep.
You know, them and the Grizzlies this year. It just seems like all these guys, all this depth, is just performing at their very best.
Yep. Couldn't
You
agree
know,
more.
like it's really impressive. Like no matter what position they're put in, like Kevin Love is just consistently putting up like 15 points a night and 8 rebounds. You know, he seems to be back, you know, not back to prime Kevin Love, but he's doing his thing. And so here's another question for you. I mean, between the Cavs and the Grizzlies, who has overall impressed you the most this year? Because I mean, the Grizzlies have been very impressive as well.
Grizzlies have been on a tear. I think I'm gonna have to go Grizzlies because I could see them more immediately competing for a title this year behind Morant. So I think the Cavs. I mean, the Cavs being fourth after last year, they're now fourth in the Eastern Conference. I think that is more impressive because the Grizzlies were in the play-in tournament last year, so there was kind of an expectation that they were going to make a leap. Maybe obviously not to third in the West, but I'd go the Cavs are more impressive as of right now because I don't think anyone would have expected this kind of effort, especially after the drama they kind of had, like Kevin Love kind of quitting on the team last season. You kind of saw that drama a little bit unfold on the court. So been a crazy turnaround.
Yeah. I mean, I saw the Cavs as just like staying in, you know, in the middle for a few more years because yeah, they had some issues. And going back to Mobley, I watched him in college, mostly just watched him, you know, in the big games, but he just looks so skinny, so not NBA ready. And I feel like he still looks that way, but he just gets the job done. And I don't fully understand it, but it's very impressive. And you know, that's just something that has surprised me because I had other guys ahead of him in the draft. I thought Kuminga was going to go a little higher, and I thought they, you know, they needed a small forward, right? Because they had just acquired Lauri Markkanen. So I was really questioning the Mobley pick, but you know, somehow playing Mobley at power forward and Markkanen at small forward and some Kevin Love at small forward, it's worked. And they've shown that sometimes it works to just put the most amount of talent you can out there, you know, no matter what the fit may be, you know, as long as these guys have got some chemistry, they can play team ball, they can shoot, it just works out.
Absolutely.
So, then,
yeah. Okay. I was just going to say, and to wrap things up, just kind of this season, where do you think you project the Cavs are going to finish?
Yeah, so right now they're sitting at 34-21, fourth place in the East, actually, at the moment. I sadly see them, though, as a first-round exit.
Okay.
Because, you know, there's a lot of talented teams up there. I see them finishing in fourth or fifth in the East, which means they're probably playing either the Heat, Bucks, Bulls, or Sixers in the first round, because one of those teams would probably also be 4 or 5. And I think those teams are just more experienced. You know, they have more to prove. And I sadly think we won't see a Cinderella run by the Cavs. But of course, we just saw the young Bengals making the Super Bowl. So
fair. It's true.
Who knows? Really, who knows?
Yes. Well, this has been another edition of NBA Shorts. We're going to have some more action for you on our YouTube page, Vendetta Sports Media. Make sure to subscribe there, hit the like button. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, follow us on TikTok. But that'll be it from Alex and I. Thanks.